What's up, beautiful people? You already know what it is, Raheem Live. Sunday, May 22nd, 2022, and this is 413 Sports Talk number 353. Yesterday, the 147th Preakness took place, the annual horse race for toddlers, or 3-year-old horses. Just kidding, lol. 3-year-old horses took place, as it always has, at Pimlico, if I'm saying that correctly, racetrack 2 weeks after the famed Kentucky Derby. One thing I also didn't know that the Triple Crown, those 3 races in horse racing, it's kind of like their like Super Bowl or whatever. This is one of those 3 races. This is actually the second one, so there's one more to be had still. But either way, I just want to let you know, guys, know that it's pretty darn interesting. Anyway, yeah, the year's winner of the Preakness is none other than a horse named Early Voting. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, but anyway, I have scores and everything more that you love from your favorite sports, so let's talk about it. Episode 353 starts now. Let's see. All-Pro or Baltimore Ravens punter and longest tenured team member Sam Koch retires after 16 years in the NFL. Each one of them was with Baltimore, and this is a guy who just did everything by the book. You know, came in, did his job, was pretty good at it, and probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Yeah, there it is. A comment that was made by the New York Yankees' Josh Johnson, the Chicago White Sox star Tim Anderson. Being racist. There's no room for none of that shit in sports, so you know that shit ain't cool. Anyway, Mito Pereira, backed by 3, count them, 3 late birdies, currently holds the number 1 post in the number 1 spot in a crowded leaderboard on PGA Weekend. Don't know who's going to win that one yet. Warriors' Andrew Wiggins is questionable after tweaking his ankle in Game 2, but is expected to play in Game 3. Go Warriors. The Miami Heat win a tough one without Jimmy Buckets. 109-103, take a 2-1 series lead. And the Colorado Rockies win big on the road 5-2. Colorado Avalanche, I'm sorry. We're hockey, not baseball. They win big on the road 5-2, take a 2-1 series lead, and I think that's all I got for you. Yes, it is. Western Mass Sports, let's talk girls tennis. Belcher tennis for South Hadley 5-0. Mount Greylock does the same to Monument Mountain, and West Springfield over Amherst 3-2. That's girls tennis. We are talking about lacrosse. The lone game, Hoosick Valley over Chicopee 16-5. Excuse me. Boys baseball. Westfield Tech over Springfield National Charter 11-zip. In volleyball, Longmeadow over East Longmeadow 31. And that is it for Western Mass Sports. Everything professional. Now we're talking NFL. 32-32. The Washington Commanders. Oh my God. So, I really don't know where to start here. The name change, naming quarterback Carson Wentz your starter, early as fuck. Other than that, this team is very solid. Scary Terry McLaurin at wideout, a very promising rookie in Penn State's Jahan Dotson, and De'Ami Brown, a favorite wideout of mine a few years back out of UNC, the only wide receiver to post consecutive 1,000-yard seasons in school history. Just a little side eye for you. And let's be honest here, when it comes to De'Ami, his impact wasn't felt all the way through, and lack of playing time speaks to that. Really, the only wideout that got injured last year was Terry McLaurin. I don't know. Anyways, in my opinion, this team's strong suit in recent years has been defense, and they've drafted very well, especially along the defensive line with the likes of Montez Sweat coming off of an ACL injury. Don't forget that one. Montez Sweat, I'm sorry. Chase Young's coming off an ACL injury. Don't forget that one. Montez Sweat is up and coming as well. Not as good as Chase Young, but definitely plays better against the run. At least what we've seen early so far. Yes, Chase Young out of Ohio State was second pick overall in 2019 NFL Draft. Towards ACL in Week 10 against Tampa Bay, kind of after it was already clear that Washington wasn't going to get into the playoffs. But he is back on track to be ready for week 1, start of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see if that Washington defense can hold up this year and maybe make that push to the playoffs. This linebackers group I thought was very underwhelming, very dull. There's no real big name on there. Anybody who did anything. I think the last Washington linebacker I liked, had respect for was not Fletcher, London. What's his name, man? Oh my God, London Johnson or some shit like that. Anyway, forget that. Anyway, this year, Jamin Davis leads a group of question marks. Jamin Davis was supposed to be a first-round pick last year. Made it to the second round. He leads them, a lot of question marks, but we'll see if they did anything in the draft to fix that issue. First overall, he was the 11th pick, or first round, 11th overall. Jahan Dotson, wideout out of Penn State. If there's ever a guy to compare to the great Carolina Panther wideout Steve Smith, here he goes. Quickness, short burst. He has great hands. Is addicted to yards after the catch. And displayed his entire game for us in 2021 with 91 catches on 1,182 yards and 12 tuds, with only 2 drops. The addition of Jahan Dotson kind of sets the tone, if you will, for the opposing defense. Some coordinators will play it smart in like a base nickel. Maybe 3rd and 7, something like that. You might want to go try to play zone, try to keep everything in front of you, because you know it's not that long of a pass. But Jahan Dotson's just going to run a hook over the middle, fearless as all hell, and complete it on you. So that is one thing that the coordinators of the NFC East need to keep in mind when playing Washington, especially early on. Ultimately, you have to take account for his speed and athleticism, because that's how he's going to win most of his battles. As long as he stays healthy, I see Jahan having a great career. And the learning curve should be short too. This was a junior coming out of Penn State. Who did they next pick? I like this one. This was a good pick. Second round, 15th overall, Federian Mathis, defensive tackle out of Bama. Another guy that had a rough climb up the depth chart. A lot of crowded guys that were good. As if they needed another dog out there on the defensive line to terrorize opposing offenses. He was coached up by a lot of good ones. And the thing I believe that will happen here is hopefully there will be no need to start him right away. As he starts to mold more of that raw talent that he has into something, become a highly productive quality starter for years to come. They went Bama again here, 3rd round, 4th overall. Brian Robinson, don't know too much about him either. 4th round, 8th overall, they took Percy Butler as a safety out of Louisiana Lafayette, Raging Cajun. 5th round, 1st overall, they took quarterback out of UNC. I like that school. Wow. Sam Howell. I'm sorry. Didn't think he would slide all the way to the 5th, but again, the quarterback class was not good at all. They were like complete shit, honestly. So I guess that's some insurance for whoever the fuck's the starter out there. They took Cole Turner out of Nevada, tight end, with the 5th round, 6th overall pick in the 5th round. Cole Turner with Nevada. Name doesn't really ring a bell. Didn't have him in my top 10 list. Originally, I was going to release top 20 for the tight ends, but that didn't happen. Just wanted to narrow it down to 10, keep every position group the same. Darn. I'll look him up. Offensive lineman at Tulsa, Chris Paul, 7th round to 9th overall. Dallas took one of his teammates in the 1st round. We'll see if that pans out. And finally, their last pick was Christian Holmes, cornerback out of Oklahoma State, 7th round and 19th pick in the 7th round. And that does it for this edition of NFL 32 in 32. And this is it for episode 353 of 4 and 3 Sports Talk. Raheem Muscalai. See us on YouTube with those 48 subscribers, trying to build that number. And thank you for your continued support of the show. Love you all. Wishing you health, wealth, and success. and we'll see you tomorrow.